Hi, everyone. Hi, guys. There's already 4 people waiting. Hi, Sandra and Steve. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, right. We are going to get started. Just give me a moment, guys. I'm just going to make sure that I've got my notes written down properly here. Okay. Right, let's get started, guys. How are you all doing? Drop me a comment. Oh, hi, Steph. My sister Steph is here. Thank you so much for joining. I wasn't expecting you to be here. So, guys, I think you've seen my sister Steph before on one of my previous vlogs. She's very shy. She doesn't like YouTube. So thanks for joining, Steph. Hi, Sandra and Steve. Welcome, welcome. So I uploaded a video on moving back to Zimbabwe, moving back home. So for those who are new here, if you've just tapped into this live and it's your first time here, welcome, welcome. I'm Faith Wolford and I am Zimbabwean. I was born in Zimbabwe and I live in the UK. I posted a video on why I would basically move back home. So back in October, my daughter and I went to Zimbabwe. We took a trip to Zimbabwe and we were there for about 10 days and we had the best time of our lives, guys. It was so nice. I absolutely enjoyed myself and it sort of got me thinking, why do I not visit home often? And also, would I move back to Zimbabwe? Because I had such a great time in Zimbabwe. It made me, think, should I start thinking about moving back home at some point? So, yeah, I decided to film a video, which I uploaded last week on moving back to Zimbabwe. And some of the points that I had on there were, family, sense of union. The weather is great in Zimbabwe. People are really kind and lovely. And also, Sophia was so happy. She was super happy being outside, enjoying herself, not having to, worry. In the UK, we worry a lot about time, about being, at a certain place for a specific amount of time, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm going to be doing part 2 today. And thank you everyone for joining. Before I go into it though, drop me a comment, say hi, make sure you like this video. So give this video a thumbs up. If you are watching this video, give it a thumbs up so that other people can then see that I'm live. So give this video a thumbs up. Sandra, hey Sandra, she just said the quality of life is insane. Yes, sis, and I'm gonna touch on that quite a bit as well. Yeah, I have so many points that are written down. And also, if you see me looking down, please don't be put off by that. I'm just trying to make sure basically that I cover everything. Also, if you're on this live and you're Zimbabwean or you live in another country and you may want to go back home at some point, or you may want to move back home, please share this video. Share this video on your WhatsApp status. Share this video on your Facebook. Share this video right now with all your friends so that they don't miss out on what I'm going to be discussing about today. So if you see me looking down, it's because I have a notepad here. I've got all my notes written down, so please don't be put off by that. So we're going to go right into it and discuss the quality of life. So quality of life in Zimbabwe. Guys, during my time in Zimbabwe, we would get up super early. So when I went to Zimbabwe for the first 4 days, I was at my auntie's place and would get up super early. My auntie would do the laundry, make Sophia porridge, and for porridge with peanut butter, and we call it porridge renedovi. You know, she would make that for my daughter every morning. So by the time we got up, my auntie would have cleaned the house, washed all the dishes, washed all our clothes as well. She would have done the laundry, and all would have to do is get up and eat breakfast. And it made me realize how much we sort of get up late in the UK. We get up in the morning, get ready for work, and that's it. You get in your car, you drive to work, and that's that. In Zimbabwe, they get up early. Even if they have work, they still get up early. The importance of keeping the environment clean is very, very important. And that's something that I really, really loved about Zimbabwe. And when I got back in the UK, guys, I was literally like, I'm going to start getting up early. I'm going to have a little workout quickly. And then after my workout, I'm going to, get ready for work. But that didn't happen. Hey, Angie, thank you for joining. Really appreciate you. So that didn't happen, but the quality of life in Zimbabwe is just amazing, guys. I do understand, though, that in Zimbabwe, people don't have much. There's not much happening there in terms of how the job situation in Zimbabwe. Not everyone has a job. Not everyone is going to make a living. And that's where we are so fortunate in the UK, for those that live in the UK. We're so fortunate that we're able to, get up in the morning, go to work, earn something at the end of the month or at the end of each week, or some people earn every day, that you're able to take a salary back home, basically. In Zimbabwe, a huge amount of the population does not have jobs. And what they do is, I think right now they call it kungwava ngwava. So basically, you just have to find, I'm not even going to say a side hustle. You have to find a hustle in Zimbabwe in order for you to survive. I've seen it. I was at home in October, and I've seen how hard everyone works, whether it be, selling tomatoes on the street. You're on the street, which ma onion, ma veggie. Everyone is trying to make a living. And that taught me to be grateful for what I have in my life here, because I get up in the morning, I go to work, and then after I come home and relax and rest if I need to. But in Zimbabwe, everyone, it's makwikwi. And when they say makwikwi, it's a fight, basically. You're basically fighting to survive. So on that note, I would advise that if you are wanting to go back home, that you have everything sorted, basically, before you just decide to up and leave. Because you can't just up and leave and go to Zimbabwe without a plan. You need to have a plan. But in terms of quality of life, guys, you can't ever swap the weather in Zimbabwe to the UK weather, if that makes sense. You can't swap your life that you have here for, life that other people have in Zimbabwe. And actually in Zimbabwe, there are some people, and I'm going to talk about that, as well. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit, but let me just go in the comment section quickly and see. Hi, the journal is here, and that lipstick is popping. Thank you very much. Everyone's been asking me. I mean, I should email Huda Beauty to be an ambassador or something, because everyone asked me about this lipstick. So it's called Famous by Huda Beauty if you want to purchase it. Sandra and Steve said the job issue is sad. The way we are so educated and we can't get jobs, and when you do the jobs, the salary is sick. Yes, people get peanuts. One of my auntie in Zimbabwe, she's a teacher, and she gets paid peanuts. Like, she doesn't get paid a lot, and she's still expected to go to work every day. I think what she earns is not even enough for her to pay for rent, or it's not enough for her to get to work each and every day, which is absolutely crazy. That's insane. Like, here, there's something called a minimum wage that everyone has to earn in order for you to have a, you know, a good quality of living, or a good standard of living. In Zimbabwe, that doesn't exist, and it is actually really, really sad. So that's why I'm saying, if you do want to go to Zimbabwe, if you do want to move, which I actually would consider moving back to Zimbabwe at some point in my life, but you definitely need to get your stuff together. Whilst I'm talking about jobs as well, in Zimbabwe, there's quite a big divide. Those who are rich are super rich, and those who are poor are poor. There's like no in between, to be honest. And the in between, it's still, you know, people struggling to basically live each and every day to earn money. But those who are high up here are literally high up here. They have so much money, which doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if that makes sense to you, please put it in the comment section and teach me about this, because I'm not sure why someone would be earning so much crazy amounts of money and other people are literally earning less. So yeah, you'd have to get your stuff in order before you move back home. I would say investing in property is something that's really, really good. Maybe, you know, starting a restaurant, because people are always going to want food. You can do a nice, cute little restaurant. Another thing that I realized, actually, living in the UK, we have so many ideas on things that would actually work out in Zimbabwe. For example, creating you could come up with a business of a nice cocktail place that is super, super cute, because everyone wants to pop, right? Everyone wants to pop out there on Instagram, sis beholding, you know, a cocktail. I mean, this is some iced tea, but yeah, let's pretend it's a cocktail. Sis will be there on Instagram holding her cocktail, so taking photos, taking videos. So I would actually say, if you want to move back home, be creative. Think about something that does not exist in Zimbabwe, and that people would actually like. And yeah, your business will then pop. Don't just up and leave. Don't just pack your bags and go to Zimbabwe and hope for the best, because trust me, Zimbabwe. And by that, I mean, life is hard in Zimbabwe. It's not easy, basically. The journal said, wow, that's crazy. It's honestly, it's crazy. People are earning peanuts in Zimbabwe. So get your stuff together before you decide you want to move back home. Another point that I touched on was the weather in Zimbabwe. Weather in Zimbabwe is amazing, guys. It's amazing. Even though when I went in October, it was hot. It was very hot. But I did realize something, though. It was hot in Zimbabwe, but it wasn't the kind of hot that we get in the UK. I don't know if that makes sense. In the UK, when it's hot and sticky and sickening. Like, you actually get ill in the UK because of the sun sometimes. Whereas in Zimbabwe, it was sunny, but there's this nice breeze to it, you know? There's a nice breeze, which makes everything 10 times better. There's always blue skies. And guys, we all know about good weather. Good weather brings really good mental well-being. It brings positivity. It brings good energy. It brings happiness. Have you ever realized that in the UK, when it's summertime, everyone is so friendly, so nice, smiley, everyone wants to talk, everyone wants to chit chat. But when we're in winter, everyone is so moody. Everyone is so moody. And it just goes to show that weather can affect our mood as well. So for that reason, because of the great weather in Zimbabwe, it's another thing why I would actually consider going home. But of course, we now have getting a, a good business in order before you decide to go home. And then we also have the great good weather. Let's just go into the comment section. Property is a good start. Maybe I'm biased. Yeah. So Sandra and Steve, maybe you're biased because you are into property in the UK as well. But property, honestly, and in Zimbabwe, people are building mansions. People are building mansions in Zimbabwe, guys. And when I say mansions, right, I mean mansions. I've seen it with my own eyes. People are building nice houses. So maybe build a house, do Airbnb for those who are traveling from outside Zimbabwe. They can rent your place. So that will be an income for you. And then you can rent other places out. So you always have an income coming in every month. I mean, that sounds so nice, just sitting at home, chilling, nice weather, and then you have some income coming through. But yes, definitely try and invest in some sort of property if you are going to move back home. My advice would be do something that people can't do without, even if they haven't got, people can't do without, even if they haven't got money. Yes, that is true. That is true. That is a very, very valid point. Do something that people can't live without, even if they haven't got money. Definitely that would work. So now I'm just writing these points down, guys, so that I can summarize for you after. So 1, we have invest in a good business, And then 2, we have the good weather in Zimbabwe, which then helps with our mental well-being and our mood. Good weather. And then also on business as well, Sandra is advising to do something that people can't do without, even if they haven't got money. Also be jack of all trades. Yes, you have to be jack of all trades. Jack of all trades. Maybe start a YouTube channel as well if you decide that you're going to move back home. Start a YouTube channel, and yeah, it's another source of income basically if you hit 1,000 subscribers and enough watch time. So definitely do that. Noreen is saying, finally, yes, finally, catch you. Yes, thank you, Noreen. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. We are just speaking about moving back to Zimbabwe for those who live outside the country. So drop us a comment on what do you think about moving back home. So far, we have invest in a good business first before you decide to pack your bags and go. We also have the good weather in Zimbabwe. So now that you've invested something, for example, it means you're going to go and live in good weather, right, in Zimbabwe. And then be jack of all trades, because in Zimbabwe, trust me, one thing could be working today and tomorrow it's completely different. It's changed. So you have to be jack of all trades. You have to have small little businesses. And that sounds insane. It sounds all over the place, but people are doing it in Zimbabwe. That's the life that they're living. They have so many little things that they're doing and getting money from. So Noreen says, does Google Ads pay in Zimbabwe? I thought you didn't for some reason. Yes, Google Ads does pay in Zimbabwe, I believe. I think it does. So yeah, create a YouTube channel and vlog your journey moving back home. Hi, everyone. If you have just joined us, please drop us a comment. We're speaking about moving back to Zimbabwe and what you would basically need before you decide to just up and leave. Sandra and Steve says, always have plan B. Dance even in the situation. Even in the situation, even if the situation in Zim changes. Okay, so I think she's trying to say always have a plan B because things can change in Zimbabwe. That's another thing, actually. Zimbabwe is very unstable. Things change all the times. 1 minute things are good, next minute things are not good. So yes, definitely you need to have a plan B. You can't just up and leave. Yes, it's okay to have plan A and invest in a business and invest in property, but you always need to have a plan B. Also, welcome to whoever has joined us now. Make sure you give a thumbs up to this video. So make sure you give this video a like so that other people can see that I'm live. And we are talking about moving back to Zimbabwe. Another point that I have here is kids are so happy in Zimbabwe. Right, I need to take a sip. In Zimbabwe, kids go out to play outside, right? Kids could be playing on the street. You have no worry about my child's going to get kidnapped. You have no worry about social service. You have no worry about getting in trouble that your child is playing on the street and you're not, monitoring your child, basically. Kids are just kids and they are free and young and enjoy themselves. I can testify for this because Sophia had such a great time in Zimbabwe. She absolutely enjoyed herself. She was like a different child. She didn't bother me any moment. She was just enjoying herself. Here in the UK, and Sophia being the only child, she doesn't really have anyone to play with. The only time she plays with other people is at school, or if I decide to plan a play date, and of which planning a play date, it has to be for a certain amount of time because in the UK, we're always running on time. We're so obsessed with time, Yeah, let's meet at 10 for 2 hours. But anyway, Sophia was having the time of her life. And guys, if you're Zimbabwean here, I have to say this in Shona, and hopefully I can translate it well in English. When I was in Zimbabwe, Sophia, Angar is so free, Angar is so free. She was enjoying herself. When it was bath time, I taiges a bucket. So we would use a flannel, basically. After using the flannel quickly, we'll then scoop water from a bucket and rinse ourselves. And Sophia loved that. Do you know what she called it? She called it a muddy paddle bath. Mommy, I love the muddy paddle bath. She enjoyed it. It was something that she really looked forward to every day. She enjoyed doing that. And it just taught me that it's the simple things in life, It's not all about materialistic things. It's not all about, for example, in the UK, obviously we use showers, we have bathtubs, etc. But we teach that's what we have, that's our life here. I wouldn't say go outside and use a bucket in the UK. But in Zimbabwe, they are content with that. They are content with what they have. And Sophia was just so free, enjoyed herself. She was playing with her friends. And also, other kids in Zimbabwe that I seen, some didn't have shoes. They were not wearing shoes on their feet, but they were just happy and so smiley and so friendly. And I just thought, wow, it's not all about money. Obviously, money does bring a lot of happiness. You can have a lot of happiness, from money. But I just mean in terms of quality of life, my child being able to play Aitamba Bora on the road. And by that, I mean, she was, playing football on the streets with other kids. And she was so free and happy. So that is quality of life that you can never get in the UK. You can never, ever get in the UK. Hi, everyone who has just joined. I can see that a few more people have joined us. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and drop us a comment. What do you think about moving back to Zimbabwe? So far, we have invested in a good business. Don't just pack your bags and go. We have the good weather in Zimbabwe is a bonus, a massive bonus. And be jack of all trades because things change all the times in Zimbabwe. And then we have the quality of life for our kids in Zimbabwe. Kids enjoy life in Zimbabwe. They're just free. They can just go out and play. Of course, there's other things that comes into it. For example, education. Education. And I do understand that at the moment, I think teachers in Zimbabwe are actually on strike because they're not getting paid enough money. So that is, excuse me, guys. So that is a problem in itself as well. But in terms of kids being free and being able to play and enjoy themselves, it is nice. So let's see. Noreen said, some money to back you up, and I would always have an invest. I would always have invest here too. Like you said, our country can dramatically change in situations. Honestly, Zimbabwe, hey, it's all about kungwava ngwava. That's what they use in Zimbabwe at the moment. That's the word they use, kungwava ngwava. You have to have so many little bits and bobs that you're doing. And it sounds hectic. But yeah, if you do decide to move back home, that's what you have to do, honeybee. Sandra and Steve are saying, oh yes, they are so content. And even if they haven't got a ball, they improvise. Exactly, guys. If you're new here, or if you are one of our subscribers and you haven't watched one of my Zimbabwean videos, please, after this live, if you have time, go back and watch it, where you'll see Sophia playing, kicking a football, basically, when we went to the village. And that football was made out of plastic. So they don't actually have footballs like we do here in the UK. They improvise by using loads of plastics, and I think they even burn the plastics until it becomes a ball, basically. And that's what they use as a football. And I think that's so creative. I think that is so creative, you know. If I asked Sophia to create a ball out of plastic, I don't think she would even think to do that. But in Zimbabwe, kids are very, very creative. They're happy and content with what they have. Even without shoes, without food, they're still happy, you know. Vanessa says, I think finding a dual citizenship lifestyle should be considered. If you can work remotely or have a business here and there. Vanessa, 100% with you. So let's write that down. I'm just summarizing everything. Let's write that down. Dual citizenship. So dual citizenship is very, very important because, like Sandra said, things in Zimbabwe, they're not 100%. Things can change any time. So if you have dual citizenship, then you have that flexibility to be able to, you know, move from one place to another freely without feeling like, what's the next step, basically. So if you just decide to move back to Zimbabwe and you didn't have citizenship to live in the country that you're moving from, then that could be an issue if things change in Zimbabwe. Because trust me, guys, I remember there was a time in Zimbabwe when things were so bad, things were so tough, that people couldn't even get a loaf of bread at all. So that, you know, that's one thing as well. You have to be very careful because things change all the times. Also, if you're not from Zimbabwe, but you have you ever thought about moving to another country? And what would you sort of consider in order for you to move to another country? Please let me know in the comments section. I don't want to make this all about, you know, moving to Zimbabwe. It could be Jamaica, it could be West Africa, it could be Southern Africa, it could be East Africa, it could be Asia, wherever. Have you ever considered moving to another country and living there? And what would you think that you need before you just up and leave? So Angie is saying, Zim is just so amazing. And all the time when we're going to Zim, the energy is always 100%. Girl, whilst we're on that, before I even finish reading your comment, When I landed in Zim, there was this sense of happiness and belonging. Guys, I mean, I go on holidays, right? I try to go on holidays each and every year. And when I, let's say, fly to Spain or Portugal or Morocco, wherever I go, right? If I fly to another country in Europe, um, I'm just like, yay, I'm going on holiday. Like, I'm really excited. And when I land, I'm really excited. But guys, when I landed in Zimbabwe, it was a completely different type of happiness. Completely different type of happiness. It felt like, I'm home, and I just couldn't wait to get out of the airport. Besides the drama that I had at the airport, we'll save that for another day. Actually, I think I'll do another video on things I didn't like about Zimbabwe, because I'm not here trying to sell you dreams and glamorize Zimbabwe. So yeah, I might do a video on things that I didn't like in Zimbabwe. But yeah, when I landed, got out the plane, I was ndaifara singatomboiti. And by that, I mean, I was so happy, super happy, a happiness that I've never felt each time I go on holiday. So for those that have just joined us, thank you very much for tuning in and choosing to be here. We are just discussing about moving back to Zimbabwe, or if you're from another country, or even if you're from the UK, have you ever considered moving to another country? And what sort of things do you think you will need to set before you just decide to up and leave? So far we have investing in a good business. So this could be a property business. Build a house for yourself. In Zimbabwe, people are building mansions. They're building houses, right? And I mean houses. And that's all upright owned as well. Outright owned. They don't have any loans. So invest in a business. I also suggested, doing like a nice little cocktail bar in Zim, something that's unusual, and then the good weather. You can't, ever change that. The good weather in Zimbabwe is amazing, really, really good for your mood, good for your mental well-being. And I also compared how in the UK, when we're in summer, everyone seems to be happy, barbecue, every day na party, every day na jolly, enjoying yourself, partying and all of that. But then when we're in winter, everyone is so moody, and that's when people tend to actually be depressed in the UK, winter time. So for that reason, I would consider moving home because of the good weather, and also be jack of all trades, because in Zimbabwe, things change all the times. The country it's not stable. What could be working today ain't gonna be working tomorrow. So you have to be jack of all trades. And then Vanessa said, consider dual citizenship. Dual citizenship, very, very important. Don't just up and leave. And then Angie also went on to say, but coming back here, depression, zega, and ndege yese ino unga yaka nyarara lo. Oh, what? You are so right. You are so right. Flying to Zimbabwe, everyone is jolly, happy, smiling. Flying back, moody, quiet. People don't want to come back. They've had such a great time. Oh my God, Lucy is here. Hi, Lucy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. Welcome, Lucy. I'm sure you've been listening to what I've been saying. Would you ever consider moving to another country? And what sort of things do you think you need to move to another country? Sandra and Steve said, dual citizenship, haidiwe kwa muna ngagwa. Dual citizenship, ideal kwa mnangagwa. Actually, someone was saying that it's takuvumidzwa dual citizenship. Hey, tofana kutoita careful. So I would say, sis, look into that as well. Dual citizenship, actually, have a look at that. I'm going to also have a look at that, because that's a good point. You need to have dual citizenship. Another thing that pained me is going to Zimbabwe with my British passport and paying for a visa to enter a country that I was born in. That was quite painful, actually. Anyway, let's go to the next comment. Sandra and Steve, they're saying, I'm with you on that happiness. Yes, honestly, happiness is so important in life. We're living this life. We're never going to get another life. So you might as well be happy in a country that makes you happy. I'm not saying the UK doesn't make me happy. I've spent more years in the UK than I spent in Zimbabwe. So this is also home to me. You know, the UK is also home. But going back home also triggered, you know, thinking about, would I ever consider moving back home? Also, another thing that I had here was family in sense of union. That's a big one, guys. That is a big one. Before I touch on that, I also want to say there's a link in the description. So if you want to join, please, if you want to join, please click on the link or copy the link and come and join me. Let's talk about this, girls, ladies and gents, whoever is here. So family, sense of union, that is big to me. That is big, 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 guys. And for me, all my like close family are here in the UK. But as Africans, you know, you have extended families. And it was nice to see that extended family, to see family that I didn't know. Obviously, to be a different thing if I just, you know, decided to move back home and live with family that I didn't really know that well. But doing that little trip home was nice because I was able to see family that I hadn't met, family that I hadn't seen in years. And also what I realized in Zimbabwe, I remember my auntie, she made chicken, a roadrunner, you know, when I was in Zimbabwe. She made a roadrunner. She had brought this roadrunner from Kumusha, especially for me and Sophia. You know, she was super, super excited and so happy. Couldn't wait to see us. And in Zimbabwe, kutengerwa chicken, you know, is a big thing. Ndakaingerwa chicken, ka roadrunner. Can you imagine? So she brought, you know, she brought the chicken and she cooked it for us. And then my two uncles came to basically see me and Sophia. And my auntie was like, meaning, oh, let me also dish out food for your uncles. And I really loved that because, guys, growing up in the UK, yeah, there were times when I'll go to my friend's house after school, and whenever it was tea time, I'm not even going to mention names here. I'm not friends with that person anymore. I wish I was because she was a lovely girl. But there were times where I would go to my friend's house after school, and whenever it was tea time or dinner time, they would all go in the dining room and they'll sit in there and eat their food. And my friend will actually say to me, oh, I'm just going to go and eat my dinner. You know, feel free to put something that you want to watch on the telly and I'll be back. Not that I wanted their food. Not that I wanted their food, but in Zimbabwe, there's a sense of sharing. You know, whatever they have, they share. And also my mom, she's always taught me to kuti, you know, Faye, make sure you cook. You have to cook loads of food. Yeah, my mom's always taught me, make sure you always cook loads of food so that when you have guests, you know, that just decide to pop up, you're able to give everyone food. And I really liked that sense of family and union, which also leads me to, for example, when we had COVID in December, our friend actually came over to drop us off some food because our family lives far. Whereas in Zimbabwe, they're all sort of close to each other. They're not too far away from each other. And that really helps with that unionship and, you know, closeness of being a family. Sorry, guys, I'm just gonna sort out my lipstick. Yeah, there's a sense of family and unionship, which I really, really loved. They share whatever they have, they will share with everyone. Right, let's see. Sandra and Steve said, my ideal would be half and half, to be honest. Like when in winter, go to the other. Do you know what? I really, really like that. I really, really like that. Being able to move from one country to another is something that's actually quite important. If you want to be here during the summertime in the UK, so I think some people do that actually, 6 months in the UK, 6 months at home. And that's a good idea. I think it's something that I would consider probably when I'm a bit older. Where is the link for the guest? The link is in the description. So if you go in the description, you'll be able to find the link. So, guys, we have investing in a good business. We have the good weather in Zimbabwe. We have be jack of all trades. We have dual citizenship. And 5 was family. Sense of family and unionship is very, very important, you know. Being able to see your family every day, being able to have that support system, because believe me, in the UK, a lot of people actually do get really lonely because they don't have family around. They don't have family around to be there for them, to look after them if they ever get ill. And in Zimbabwe as well, another thing that I realized is vana pressure. They don't have that pressure in Zim, you know, they're pretty chilled. So someone could be, someone could be at work, and they say to you, oh, let's meet up after work, for example. They will meet up after work. If it means they're gonna go and do gochi gochi, which is barbecue, they will go and do gochi gochi after work in Zim, you know. Oh, Sandra is here. Let me add her in. Hey, thank you for joining. How are you?
I'm good. I'm enjoying the live.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
What would you? Well, I like what you suggested actually, by be jack of all trades, because things in Zimbabwe, they're not always 100%. Things change
Yeah.
every single
Yeah.
time, and the life in Zim is literally
You
upbeat.
have to be
Like
fast. You
they're
have to be
on the
fast.
go 24
Yeah.
7. It's not
Yeah.
easy. Yeah.
Mm.
Is there
Yeah. I
anything else?
wanted. Yeah. I wanted to say. I've got two things actually. One of them is when you mentioned about the life here, like the kids when you go to your friend's house and
Mm.
she'll say, I'm gonna go and eat. You can stay and watch TV.
You can
It's
relate.
I can relate. Yeah, not necessarily me. I think I've been a bit lucky in that. But I suppose I came here when I was a bit older,
Yeah.
so those things didn't really happen. My friends were a lot older. I came here when I was 17 years old, 17 and a half, almost 18.
Yeah.
So my friends were a lot older, so I didn't really go to their house and their parents were there. Or if they were eating, I'll just go, come on, let's eat together, that kind of thing. But obviously, I
Yeah.
think you were younger, so but I can relate with my kids.
Mm.
When their friends come over, and I'm an African mom, I will dish them out food, and they're so surprised when I offer them food. Like, really, really? I'm like,
Mm.
yeah, just eat, and they love it. All
Yeah.
the time we've got an extra person coming because again of the food that we eat. Some of it is different from what they used to eating, so they come and one of them the other day he came and I was eating and we ate duck that day and he was like, oh, we're eating duck again today because he said he's never eaten duck before in his life. So every time
Yeah.
he comes, he goes, I'm eating duck today. So,
Oh,
they like it. And I just go, oh, no, well, we eat. And the thing is, again, it's not necessarily that we cook. plenty of food for that. Even if you cook enough food, if
You
three people
still
turn up, if you cook for food for three, even if three more people turn up, that food will be enough for six.
for
Everybody
everyone.
will live in equal share. That's just
Yeah.
how we are. That's the African in us.
Yeah. Yeah.
We share whatever
Yeah.
little we have. We'll eat. All of us will eat it. And it's just
Yeah.
nice, like when you go to the village, if you're in the village, and they've got like one big plate with
Yeah.
a massive heap of salsa, and another little plate with a massive
Yeah.
heap of veg
Yeah.
and with nyama, and then you all eat together. It's just a nice. I remember we used to do that when we went to Kumusha, and it was nice. It was nice. We
Yeah.
used to really enjoy that.
It's a nice vibe, isn't it? And
Yeah.
and guess what? I'm gonna tell you something funny actually. That friend that I would go to her house and they would eat their dinner without me, whenever she came to
Mm.
my house, my
She
mum
did.
would be like, "Oh, it's dinner time, girls, what do you want to eat?" And she would be
Mm.
the first one to actually say, "Oh, can
However.
we have that white stuff? Can we have salsa?" She'll be the first one to
Mm.
ask my mom. So I really
Mm.
loved that sense of unionship in Zimbabwe.
Mm.
It's something that's pretty strong, and it made me
Mm.
realize that what, I don't see my family often in the UK,
Mm.
the
Mm.
family that I have, and how
I
can I
think that
create that?
Yeah, I think that thing is not only Zimbabweans in Zimbabwe. Of course, I know some people here they'll change and they'll start to adapt to something that they're not used to. But really, even Zimbabweans here in Zimbabwe do the same thing. We feed, like you're saying, your mom fed you and your friends, and I do the same for my kids. And I remember when I first met Steve. Steve was so surprised by how that's one of the things that, because Steve had never been with an African woman. He's been with black women, but they were like Jamaican
Mm,
or black British, but they're not Africans. So when we met, and I would say, oh, and we'll be like in, like, say, Manchester or Reading or something, some other place where we know near, not near our house. And I'm, oh, actually, I've got a friend who lives around here. Let's go. Let me call her and see if she's there. I'll just go and see her. And then you'd be
mm,
like, no, baby, didn't you make an appointment? Because like here, you have to make an appointment. So
yeah,
you'd be like, oh, and then I'll call them. They'll say, "Oh yeah, I'll come." And before you know it, but even before you even arrive, the food is ready for us. Then you'd be like, "Where did the food come from?" To him, it was like so surprising, but in a pleasantly surprised. It was
yeah,
just such a nice thing. Like,
yeah.
so she had food ready for us. I'm like, yeah, that's for us Africans. Food is a way of
It's a love language,
socializing.
and it's a
Is that
love
the word?
language as
It's a
well.
love language. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
love language.
it's
We
a it's
feed
a
each
it's a
other.
massive love language for us. But
Mm,
I,
mm,
when I was saying that, I also meant it in the sense of my uncles. They didn't call to say I'm coming; they just turned
mm,
up.
mm. Yeah,
And
and then you
my
just feed
auntie
them.
made it work. Um,
Mm,
Here you have to call someone because people have
mm,
schedules, and that's what I meant by we're running by time. It's
mm.
like the UK has been built in a very structured way.
Mm-hmm. And
I
when
go
you
to
go to
place
somebody's house,
work.
it's not just
Yeah,
well, it's not just, oh, you just expect to find food when you get there. It's like, I'm coming to your house for a drink, and you only
yeah.
go and have a drink. So the thing is, my argument
If
is,
I
right,
say to you I'm coming for a drink, it's not just a drink because we're
just
Zimbabweans.
and then I want to cook you just drinks, love. That's it. You know what I
But
mean?
even if
And
we
the thing
haven't
is,
cooked, I will feel comfortable
you cook
if
yourself.
people
You
say
find
they
yourself in the
cook.
kitchen and cook.
Yeah,
And the thing is, like in Africa, like the thing is, again, when they come as well, they'll be like, because the thing is, you don't know where the person came from, and maybe the person hasn't got money, hasn't got food, so that's why we feed them, because you don't know what they're going through, and some people won't tell you that, I'm really hungry and I haven't got
yeah.
any food in my house. That's why we feed each other. That the food point out of the way. Another one again is about Zimbabwe. About Zimbabwe, for me personally, as a mature lady, a mature meaning like I've got adults, I've got adult kids, yeah, and
Mature.
I'm mature. I'm mature. And speaking for us mature ladies here, right? I've got CJ, right? CJ might not have plans, might not want to come to Zimbabwe, might not want to relocate to Zimbabwe. She will probably, because she was born here, her life is here basically, and it's unfair of us for me to say, CJ, let's go, because she's old enough. She'll say, I don't want to come. That's fine. Or she might even end up getting married or having kids. If I then relocate, I'm not going to see my grandkids. Do you know what I
Mm,
mean? So it's
mm,
it's kind of like, it's a bit of a situation where I have to think, my kids.
Mm.
And how am I gonna? That's why I said my ideal would be half and half, and I would be seeing my grandkids in the summer. In the summer here in the UK, May time I'll fly back
Sandra,
and
you're
come and stay
already
here until.
planning about your grandkids.
Oh, you have to plan for your future, darling. I'm going to be a
Ah,
grandkid. Do you know what? You know what?
Grandma
I have to face it.
Sandra.
That's why I said I'm mature. I'm mature.
Grandma
Because
Sandra.
actually, I can technically be a grandma right now. Suchi is 19. A friend
Mm.
is pregnant. So, I have to think about such things. I can be a grandma. So I have to
Yeah.
think about, I want to see I'm able to see my grandkids when I want to. And
You know what?
are they gonna come to Zimbabwe?
For me personally, it's a bit like, um, last time we went to Zimbabwe was 2008. So my
Mm-hmm.
parents didn't really take me to Zimbabwe as much as they should
Mm-hmm.
have. Obviously, it's
Mm-hmm.
expensive to go to Zimbabwe. It's not
It
cheap,
is, it
right?
is. Yeah.
Um, but it made me also realize, which is another point that I was going to look at, and I want to hear your view on this as well, because your children were born here.
Mm-hmm.
Sophia, being a mixed race child, I feel like she's so much more connected with her English culture than she is
Mm-hmm.
with the Zimbabwean culture, right? And when I
Oh,
took her to Zimbabwe, I was very worried about her in terms of how she's going to adjust to the culture in Zimbabwe.
yeah.
Is it going to be a cultural shock? What's going to happen? And to be honest, it was more of a cultural shock for me than it was for
Done
my
for her.
daughter,
Mm-hmm.
because I last time I went to Zimbabwe, things weren't like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Things were
Mm-hmm.
different.
Yeah.
And she was absolutely fine. And because of
Mm-hmm.
my line of work and what I do, I've been going in schools and doing PSHE sessions on culture and identity, and
Mm-hmm.
how much that actually affects a lot of Black children and dual heritage
Mm-hmm.
children in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a sense
Mm-hmm.
of belonging. They don't know where they belong. It's just
Mm-hmm.
all up in the air.
It
And I
is.
always say to young people, I believe that once you know who you are and your uniqueness, then you have that sense of belonging. And that sense
Mm-hmm.
of belonging is something that's quite fulfilling. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have that, to be honest. You've seen my vlogs. I went to my grandparents' tombstone reviews and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
because my grandfather, he passed away before I was born. And my grandmother
Mm-hmm.
died when I was a year old. And I don't even remember. And guess what? I actually seen my grandma's photo and what she looked like for the first time ever last year.
Oh.
So I didn't know what my grandmother
Mm-hmm.
looked like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's part of my identity. Like, this is my grandma
Mm-hmm.
from my father's side.
Mm-hmm.
Part of
Mm-hmm.
me is part of
Mm-hmm.
who I am. And how Sophia was so free in Zimbabwe and just got on
Mm-hmm.
with it and gelled in.
Mm-hmm.
It just made me realize that, do you know what? I need to do better in terms of,
Mm-hmm.
why doesn't my child speak Shona? It
Mm-hmm.
brought up, and we've had this conversation. Why does Sophia
Mm-hmm.
not speak Shona?
Yeah.
I'm Shona.
Mm-hmm.
Why does
Mm-hmm.
she not
You
speak
can.
Shona? You know?
Right.
Um,
Okay. Can I
yeah,
just?
go on.
I think you mentioned a few points there, and I'll just cut in because I'll end up missing some of it because
Mm,
you made quite a few interesting things. The one thing I wanted to mention, you said Sophia being a mixed race child. Yes, she will have obviously her own issues, but being of mixed heritage,
mm,
right? She will have issues like where does she belong? Is she black? Is she what? But it's not only Sophia who goes through that. Even our kids that are not necessarily mixed race. Oh no, I'm saying the wrong word. Mixed heritage. They
yeah,
are
no, it's fine. Or mixed race.
they're
Yeah,
they're going through the same. They're going through the same kind of
because they were
situation.
born here.
I think if they are born here,
Yeah,
if I think even more so because I know it's probably be a bit rich for me to say that, but I would think maybe Sophia and Nasha might actually be going through the same situation because
mm,
Nasha might not be mixed heritage, but she lives in a mixed heritage
yeah,
household.
yeah,
And not only that, we live in a very, very predominantly white area.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? and
Yeah.
she's got a lot of. So I don't think it's not only Sophia, but it's a lot of, I think, migrant kids, especially living in England or have been
Yeah.
born in England.
And
Because
you know what?
I don't.
I see it every day, Sandra, in my line of work,
Mm,
because the project I
mm,
work on is purely for Black and dual heritage young people, right?
mm, mm,
And it it's something that triggered a lot for me. And
mm,
just seeing how happy my child was in
mm,
Zimbabwe, and
mm,
the quality of life she had there made me question a lot of
mm.
things in terms of, wow, that is part of her identity.
It is, yes. But I think
So
most of the
whether
things that
being
we need to
being
do.
mixed race or being Black, whatever, but it's
Mm,
a real thing that's actually happening in the UK at the moment. They call it
yes,
disproportionality, where
yes.
Black children and dual heritage children, they're
Mm.
they're not attaining as well in education and school and stuff like that.
That's it.
They
That one is a debate for another day. About the education situation.
yeah, no, we can
It
yeah,
is, yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Honestly, it's
But
a big story.
also
That big issue. That one, yeah.
yeah, but also
Mm,
it just made me realize that even though I'm in the UK and I don't
mm,
live in Zimbabwe,
mm.
it's simple things like my own language. Why am I not teaching my child that?
Yeah, that's another thing I want to say again, because you
It's
thing is,
another conversation.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I did I did the video where I was checking who knows more shorter than the other, Nashe and
Yeah.
Steve, right? And afterwards, it made me think, like, my child can't speak,
Yeah.
but Steve speaks better shorter than Nashe. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I
It made
watched
me
it.
question
Yeah.
myself quite a lot, and it's hard. It's hard because I live in an area where Nashe, she doesn't, she hardly mixes with other Zimbabwean people, and it's not because I don't want to mix with my own people. It's just how things fall out. We are busy in England. It's very rare. Especially with the Rona, since the Rona situation, it's very rare to go to people's houses and mix the way we used to mix before Rona as well. But also, it challenged me that I need to be speaking to her in short more, to her more in Shona more than I do. So I mean,
Mm,
and
mm.
yes, and going to Zimbabwe often is an advantage, would be helpful as well. However,
It's
like you said, it's very
important.
expensive. It's expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very
But
expensive to
sometimes
go
I
to
think
Zimbabwe.
it's an expense that you would want for your
Yeah.
kids, because the kids need that kind of sense of belonging that you
Yeah.
said you feel when you go to Zimbabwe. That kind of, like, I'm home. They need
Yeah.
to feel that, because they definitely don't feel that here. Let's not lie
No.
to ourselves. They don't.
No.
Mm, mm,
No, that's true. They don't. Um, the
mm.
journal said, not grandma. She's going to be a glamour ma. Of course, she will be.
Yeah. Grandma here. No,
She'll love
grandma.
you for that. She'll love you for that. She's going to be a glamour ma. And then someone
Ah,
said,
definitely.
love it, leave it. I'm from Kenya and I love Zimbabwe. Wow. Welcome.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Welcome. Thank
Thank you.
you for
Love it,
being
love it, love
here.
it, live it.
Yeah. And also, guys, Sandra and Steve are also here on YouTube. So please check their channel out. Absolutely love their channel. You guys never fail to release some good content. So check them out. And also the journal who are commenting, they are also here on YouTube. So make sure
Mm.
you check the journal out. It's actually a new channel, which is quite
Yeah.
interesting. So yeah, go and check the channel out. So
Mm,
guys, so far we have investing in a good business, and we spoke about
mm,
property. And
mm.
Sandra is into property in the UK.
That's my
So
baby. Yeah, that's my baby.
property is the way
You
forward.
never go wrong. You never lose. You never lose with property.
Yeah. So invest in
Mm,
property. Have a little
mm,
Airbnb or something
mm.
in Zimbabwe, and have other
You can
properties.
invest here as well.
Yeah, and here.
You can, and here, yeah, because at least here, I know in Zimbabwe, I'm not really sure exactly, because I haven't invested. I've got property, but I don't really. I'm not really that
My
involved
mom's
in
got
Zimbabwe.
properties in Zimbabwe and she gets peanuts.
That's what I'm saying. That I don't even get involved with it, because the money that comes out of it, I'm not even interested in it. Like, whoever wants it can have it. But here, you can actually have your own houses here. People tenanted houses here, and be
Mm,
getting an income every month while you're in Zimbabwe.
yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
that's true.
Mm,
That's true. And
mm.
then we
Or even the
have
house that you live here, if you own a house before you go, just rent it out and get some income every month.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's true. And then we have good
Also,
weather.
have a house when you go there as well.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And then we have good weather in Zimbabwe, which
Mm.
is, you know about good weather, sis. And guys,
Yay.
hopefully in October, hopefully, fingers crossed, we will actually be traveling to Zimbabwe with Sandra and Steve. So that's gonna be a hell of a trip.
Yeah. Zim
Here
Zim,
we
here we
come.
come.
People Nafe. And then we have be jack of all trades. I love the fact that you mentioned being jack of all trades because things
Mm.
change in them all the times.
All the time.
Today, water, selling water could be working out.
The big
Tomorrow,
thing, yeah.
selling
Tomorrow it
handbags,
will be something
you're
else.
working
Mm.
out. So you have to be jack
Mm.
of all trades. So
Also,
that you, yeah,
in Zimbabwe, Faith, you need to be connected.
yes,
Connections work in them. If you're not
a
connected, you
yeah,
will struggle. It's a matter of who you know, and also hang around people that are business minded. Because when you
mm,
hang around business minded people, you will know of new ideas that are coming up. Because
yeah,
if you stick with the business ideas that you've got, they might not be working for them. So when
yeah.
you're around people, other people, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, and this thing is firing this time. This thing is firing." And you're like, "Oh yeah, actually, I've got access to that. I'll do
Mm.
it." And like us, we your citizenship. I don't know when did it start. I know you were saying that
No,
it's allowed.
actually, I was
It's
speaking. I
not.
was speaking to my cousin the other day, and
Hmm.
apparently it's now allowed. So have a look at it. It's a
I don't know because
recent.
I
It's a
looked
very recent thing.
maybe very recent
Yeah,
because I
it's
looked
very
into it.
recent.
I'm sure late last year and it wasn't.
Yeah, it's a very recent thing. Apparently,
Oh, that
don't
would be
quote
good.
me on
But
that.
anyway, we've got access to British passports, or we've got indefinite leave to remain and stuff like that. So you can
Yeah,
come here and get some equipment or whatever else is going on, whatever deals you can do. Just but if you've got connections, because you might have other things that you've got that you want to sell. If you haven't got connections that can buy people that can afford those things, that can buy those things, you end up just those things will be worthless to you. Whereas
yeah,
somebody who knows people who's connected, they will know to also and so once what you call it jackhammer. So you know that he was jackhammer. So you know when jackhammer arrives in Zimbabwe, you're gonna go to the right person to buy it. Whereas if you
yeah.
don't know anyone wanting a jackhammer, you will struggle with that jackhammer. No one's gonna buy it.
That's true. That is true. Um,
Mm,
the journal said, yes, you are right about connections in Zim. Your
mm,
connections.
mm.
And connections also brings other things that I'm not even going to mention because they kind of piss me off. But anyway, connections bring worry. Worry
Mm.
in Zimbabwe. That's another thing as well that annoys
But
me.
the thing is that's Zimbabwe though. Unfortunately, it would be nice to. This is the thing that kind of um
Chris Poplar. Hi, Chris
uh
Poplar. Welcome to
oh,
our channel.
hi
I've never
Chris.
Chris Poplar before. Yes, but
Ah,
you have to be
Chris is on,
careful.
on on my thing as well.
Oh,
He's a good
really?
friend of mine. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, thank you for joining, Chris. Welcome,
Mm.
welcome. He says, yes, but you have to be careful who you trust when selling stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to say as well. I wanted to mention that. I want to say, in Zimbabwe, you have to be careful because you can be borrowed so easily. Honestly, you can be swindled
You can be
so much
mugged.
money so easily. And these people are so, they're so convincing. They are in art. I was swindled a few things myself when I came to Zimbabwe, so I know what I'm talking about. People that you
Mm,
think wouldn't. And things, when you see, oh, people have got money or whatever, some people don't really have the money that you think that they do. They're just good at making you believe it because it's part of their brand. That's what will make you be comfortable to give them money because you think they've got money, they obviously can afford it when they can't.
mm.
So you have to be very, very
Chris
careful
said
with them.
they are smooth talker. Chris,
They're
are you
smooth
from
talkers.
Zimbabwe?
You're right, Chris. Huh?
Is
Chris is
Chris
not
from
from
Zimbabwe?
Zimbabwe, no. No, he's
No.
not. He's
Oh,
English. But he
oh,
knows a lot of
okay.
Zimbabweans. Chris is a Zimbabwean girl as well, yeah.
Oh, lovely, lovely to have you
Mm,
here, Chris. Yeah,
yeah.
so having good connections is something that's important in Zimbabwe.
Mm,
Okay,
mm,
we're gonna write that down because I'm gonna summarize for everyone. And then we spoke about family. Family. You get to see your
Mm,
family more often, I think, in Zimbabwe than you do in the
mm,
UK. Let's face it, it's
mm.
different in the UK. People are working, people are busy,
They
people
haven't
have,
got time for you. Mm,
yeah, exactly.
mm.
Um, and okay. Anyway, and then we spoke about the kids being happy in Zimbabwe. They're out in the space, in the open, enjoying life, right? Um, in the UK, you worry about your child's going to get kidnapped. You worry about someone ringing the police. You worry about social service knocking on your door if your child is out there playing football on the street. But then another thing that I thought about was, oh, hey, Vanessa, come and join us, Vanessa. We
Hey,
want to hear
Vanessa,
from
how are
you.
you, little sis?
The link
Come
is
and
in the
join us,
description.
Vanessa.
Yeah, come
Mm.
and join us. The link is in the description if you want to join us. Yeah, so in Zimbabwe, honestly, Sandra, mwanangu aifara.
It's true. It's all true.
I've
I
never seen
totally.
her like that. I've
Mm,
honestly, I even said to Josh, I've never ever seen Sophia like that.
mm, mm-hmm,
She would just get on with it. She would
mm,
just, here, she'll be like, no, mommy, I want McDonald's. No, mommy,
mm,
I want, I want this and that. Or I want chips and chicken nuggets. In Zim, she would
mm.
just eat whatever was there.
It's
If my
there.
auntie cooked,
Because
whatever
other
my
kids are
auntie
eating
made,
there.
she would have.
Mm,
I
mm,
thought even for breakfast, because my auntie, hey Gogo, my mom's sister, she was cooking
mm.
her porridge in a dovi every morning, right?
Oh yeah, Nacha loves that.
And she would eat it. If I make
Nacha.
that for her in the UK, she's like, "No, mommy, I want Cocoa Pops."
Oh really?
But
Oh,
it's
Nacha
just,
loves that. Nacha
it's
loves
like there's
African
something that
porridge.
happened to her where
Mm,
she didn't care. I think she
mm.
could sense that this environment is lush because the
So
environment
relaxed.
is hot here.
Mm.
And then Chris Poplar has says, yes, and the kids would learn how to behave.
That's a good one, Chris. That's a good one. It's true. It's true. That is so true, Chris. Ah, he's got a point there. He's got a point.
You do have a point about kids learning how to behave. You're in Zimbabwe,
Mm,
you misbehave. Sandra,
mm.
what
Ah,
happened? Uno kwaturwa.
ah. And the thing is, it's not your mom who discipline you. It's some unknown stranger from
Mm,
God knows where. Wherever they are, if they see you misbehaving, they will discipline you, and then
mm.
bring it to your parents.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
mm,
No, definitely in Zimbabwe, kids are so well disciplined because what I realize, as
mm,
much as kids are out there on the street playing, enjoying themselves, they're still very well behaved, if that makes sense. Whereas in the
mm,
UK, sometimes if you see a group of children together, is
mm,
unusual. It's like,
mm.
oh, what are they doing there? Do you know
Yeah,
what I
up
mean?
to no good.
But it's
Mm,
just teenagers being teenagers, or it's just young people being young people.
mm.
Vanessa said, I'm on the phone with my sis. I'm helping her to get to the UK. She's in Zim. Oh,
Oh
Vanessa, are
yeah.
you trying? There's
Mm,
actually, you can get a healthcare visa,
yeah.
a healthcare assistant visa to come into the UK. I'll actually
Mm,
try and send you some information because there's someone who's been putting information on YouTube that's very, very
mm,
helpful. And one of my
mm.
cousins, I don't know if you guys remember, but Anna from South Africa, she's actually here. There was a time when
Yes,
she joined.
she was
Yeah.
on live, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was on live and she's
Mm,
actually here. She came here, I think, about 2 months ago. So, yes, people
mm,
are coming from Zimbabwe to the UK.
mm,
Still kind
mm.
of reverse of what we're talking about. Oh, well, good luck to your
Yeah,
sister.
yeah.
And I hope,
Mm.
she'll be able to come over. Chris Poplar says Benny will be there.
Chris is letting out.
Chris, I love you. You should come on my live
Chris,
videos
Chris,
more often. here more often. Hmm? Chris, how do you know about Zimbabwe? Are you married to a Zimbabwean by any
Yeah,
chance?
he is. He
He
is.
is. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, good
So
to
he knows
see
a
you.
lot about Zim.
Yeah. Oh, it seems like so. It seems like
I
so.
think he's been to Zim. I think he's been to Zimbabwe as well. Have you been to Zimbabwe, Chris?
He said yes.
I'm not. Yes. Ah, so he knows the stories. He knows the stories.
He's been to Zimbabwe. Also, guys,
Mm,
thank you very much to anyone who has just joined. I can see I have 11 people here, which is absolutely amazing. We greatly,
mm.
greatly appreciate you guys. Please go and check Sandra and Steve out. They've got an amazing YouTube channel, and Sandra actually does some amazing live videos.
Gelly chats.
They
I
are
do
pumping
gelly
your live
chats.
videos. Your live videos are
Juice.
fire. But we need to see more of Steve.
Yes,
Steve is
actually,
enlightening a lot.
On Wednesday, this Wednesday, because people are asking for Steve on the live. So it's tomorrow, isn't it? Tomorrow we'll do a live with Steve. It's still said as
Great.
Wednesday, but we'll do one with Steve because people are asking too much for Steve.
Great. Yeah. I've been
So
wondering
yes,
where's
guys, come
Steve
and join
gone?
us on our channel.
Was
Don't forget to subscribe.
Steve's been taking a break then?
Yes, it's like normally I do Wednesdays on my own, and then Steve and me do Sundays. But
Yeah.
but what I normally do on Wednesday is live. So that's why people are seeing more of me only on live because the Wednesday thing. But
Mm.
I just thought as a one-off, we'll invite Steve for the
Oh
Gary
yeah.
chats.
Please make it juicy as usual. Vanessa says
Yes,
I'm trying to get the English test. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll send you
Mm.
some details on on Instagram because I've got
Oh
some
yeah, it's
details.
reverse, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking about moving to Zimbabwe, and she's talking about moving out of
Moving to
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe. Yeah, but
Yeah, but
all in
you
all,
have to be out to get yourself set up, and then obviously you go back. That's no
yeah.
problem. Mm,
But
mm,
all in all, what I would say, I'm actually gonna stop this video soon. What I would
mm.
say is, the UK is amazing, guys. You know, there's a
It
lot of
is
positive things as
opportunities.
well about the
Mm.
UK, which we can't forget about. You know, there's so many
Just know the
opportunities.
weather.
Just not the weather, just not they going to gochi gochi after work. You know, sis in them, yeah. My cousin, she works 9 to 4, and she'll be
Mm,
like, after work we can meet. You know, we can go for gochi gochi, and I'm like, after
mm.
work. Here
Aren't you
here
tired?
you ask me to meet after
Mm.
work. I'm not doing that. I'm
No,
tired.
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
Mm. It's so
But in
relaxed.
Zim,
It's so
even if they're
relaxed.
working 9 to 5, trust me, they are working, right?
Mm.
And here we
But
are
in Zim,
working.
do you know the faith in Zim? I've got like when I go to Zim for on holiday and stuff like that, my friends when they're working, even for lunch break, right? You go to, they'll say, oh, let's meet up at 1 o'clock for lunch, right? We meet up for lunch. They leave there like blazers on the chair, right? Yeah, with them from like 1 o'clock, and then they go back to the office at 4 o'clock to pick up the blazers. I'm like, ah, she's like, yeah, don't worry, we'll do it. So it's so laid back. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. It is. It's actually so laid back. But in Zim, my
Mm,
cousin will be like, "Yeah, I'll pick you up at this and this
mm,
time." Sometime, most
mm,
of the time, she was late anyway. But
mm,
she would. That's another thing. Actually, they stick
mm.
to their word. If they say, "I'm
Yeah.
coming to see you," they are coming to
They will
see
come
you.
and see you.
Whether
Yeah.
they come on
Mm.
time or late, they're still coming.
Don't worry about time. We don't do time, you know.
No, no pressure.
There's
No
no,
pressure.
there's no hurry
Sandra,
in
that's where
Africa.
you get it from.
Uh,
Chris
no
Popular
African
says
time.
it's like Downton Abbey in the UK. Huh? England, England.
Yeah, liar, liar.
I wish.
Ah,
I
do you
wish.
know?
But
Do you know what?
hmm,
Before I came to England, I didn't think a white person, sorry guys, a Caucasian person can be a cleaner. I've never seen a cleaner in Zimbabwe
no,
who was Caucasian. You know, they're
no.
always up there. Now when I
Yeah.
came here, a cleaner, I'm like, really?
Like
You
what's
know, I
happening?
don't know. It is more like Coronation Street. This, doubt it.
Like yeah, like this is different. This is EastEnders.
This is yeah. This is not what I was watching on TV.
This is EastEnders.
This
So
is in
Steve,
that.
you mean it's a bit like EastEnders, right? Not Downton Abbey. But guys, I'll just summarize everything. Sandra and Steve, thank you so much for joining and adding your points. I really appreciate you guys as always. And guys, please do go and check out Sandra and Steve's channel as well. So to summarize everything, the UK is absolutely amazing. There's so many opportunities to make money. There's so many opportunities to study. There's so many opportunities for work. Whereas in Zimbabwe, that's a bit different. So you need to make sure that you invest in a business before you move back to Zimbabwe. And that business could be, you know, property. Do an Airbnb. That will be quite good. Maybe, you know, start a restaurant. Chris Poplar just said healthcare. Yes, healthcare as well in Zimbabwe is not that great. And then, well, it's not great. And then in the UK, you've got the NHS, which is really good. So there is pros and cons about moving back home, and you need to make sure that you're really established before you just, you know, decide to pack your bags and go. Also, the good weather in Zimbabwe is a bonus. A bonus, literally. Having great weather is good for your mood, is good for your mental well-being. Jack of all trades, be jack of all trades. Things change all the times in Zimbabwe. So you need to be able, kungwava ngwava, 24/7. Have dual citizenship. Make sure you have dual citizenship. Don't just up and leave and go. And then tomorrow you want to come back to the UK, or you want to go back to another country and they're like, where you been this whole time? Like, where have you been? So make sure you got that sorted as well. We spoke about families in Zimbabwe. It's really easy to see family and there's a sense of union at home. We spoke about our kids being so happy out there playing with other children, and not having to worry about social service, about your child getting kidnapped and all of that jazz. So yeah, guys, I really hope that this live video was great. I am so thankful to you guys for joining and interacting with me. I honestly didn't expect that much interaction. So I'd like to say thank you very much. And if you ever consider moving to another country, then I would say please do your research before you just decide to up and leave. And also, if you haven't watched my video on moving back to Zimbabwe, please go ahead and watch that video. Also, I've got quite a lot of content of Zimbabwe. So I did quite a lot of vlogs in Zimbabwe because I was in Zimbabwe last year in October. So please go and check that out because it is popping. And if you haven't seen it before, then you are missing out. But guys, before you go and before I go, please click the like button right now. Like this video before you go, so that my my video can get recommended. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. I hope you have a good evening, and be sure to subscribe if you're new. And yeah, welcome to the Wolford Gang if you have just hit the subscribe button. We appreciate you. And also go check out Sandra and Steve, as I am now finishing this this live video. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys. Take care.